Welcome back to a week recap of week 9 leading into week 10. Guys on sports. As you can see, we are sans our IT guru.
300 pounds. Less.
Yeah.
Miss you, Phil.
The caramel elf. He is not here. He's homesick.
I like that name.
So you are stuck.
The caramel
The
elf.
caramel elf. You are stuck with the three of us here to recap week 9 and bring you week 10. Boys, what's up? How was your Halloween weekend?
You know, Halloween was a little bit sad this year for me.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, my wife, some person idiot, had a wedding on Halloween, so she had to go there.
Wow.
My daughter was gone. Our other daughters weren't in town, and so I was left like a loser handing out candy by myself.
Wait a minute. Your wife went to a wedding without you?
Well, I didn't want to go to a wedding. I was a conscientious objector because what kind of monster has a wedding? Is my house going to be the one that gets egged? We have a reputation in our neighborhood. We're the guys full size candy, free Chick-fil-A coupons, glow in the dark rings. Like we go all out.
Wow.
And I was disgusted that somebody.
You didn't have the party that you used to have?
No, man. All the kids have grown up. Nobody wants to.
I just figured you still did it just for
Yeah, I know.
people there that aren't there anymore.
And then I'm sure Trish is happy because she gets to go to a wedding without you. So, I mean, it's like win-win.
Yeah.
But you're at home alone just handing out full-size Snickers.
Yeah.
That's that's what happened.
Hey, little girl, I like your costume. I just sit right by myself.
It doesn't sound right when you recap it either. To
It's
be
bad.
honest,
It's
completely
Put
honest.
that out
It's a
there.
bad thing.
How about you, Jay? How's your Halloween?
Well, I don't really care anymore. I had to go to a neighborhood I didn't want to go to, pass out candy. I enjoy the people that I was with, but me and my son wanted to just have some our time. So we just walked ahead of them. I wanted to do it back at our house, like one final time, but we went to them and they're good people. It just wasn't where I wanted to be.
A, it doesn't sound like you're good people, and B, it doesn't sound like you had a good time. And C, who the hell walks around to give out candy? What do you mean you were walking ahead of them when you were giving out candy?
So we were getting the candy,
Oh, all right.
but we were with like at least 20 kids. So whenever they go to a house, like they just swarm the person there. It just wasn't being fun like that. So we just kind of like skipped a couple of houses so we could get ahead. And they would like get the kids in like golf carts and drag them a little bit to the next house.
What community did you go to? You didn't come to mine, did you?
No, it was all the way in above Hammock. If you just go down Hammock for quite a while.
all right.
So it's pretty far away.
So I live in a community where I bought 1,000 pieces of candy and I ran out of candy and could have probably given out another 2 full bags, like another 300 pieces.
That's crazy.
What I did find out is that my kids suck at Halloween. The return on investment, awful. I spent $150 on candy and my kids brought home about $6 worth of candy. So the return on investment, terrible. My kids, they're not professional trick-or-treaters. They should have just stayed home and helped me hand out candy.
But I feel like part of that was like I think I'm just guessing this. Like your kids they're privileged. So there's like probably a candy vault in the house. So like if you got a candy vault in the house, like a cascading waterfall of candy, we don't care about trick-or-treating one day.
So you're not wrong, right? So I mean, like when the kids eat like Linden chocolates and stuff like that, like they could care less about
when the butler's feeding him it,
so,
they're like, I don't care.
Partially my fault, but still.
How old's your daughter?
The effort. My oldest
is careful now.
No, my oldest is 14, and then my youngest is almost 11.
At what age do you feel she should not?
Ah, dude, as long as they're still in their youth, it's better than them doing drugs under the bleachers at school or taking a cruise to the Caribbean island and getting banged out. You know what I mean?
Different show.
Are those the choices?
They might be. I'm just saying.
They're either doing coke under, or they're.
I'm just saying. It's they're safe. They're out there. They're having fun.
My daughter still went when she got home, and she's 16, and she still went. She obviously bought the costume, so she.
Listen, I had full-fledged adults coming to me for candy on Halloween. Full-fledged adults. I had a woman in a wheelchair I mean, and not because it was like some injury. It's because like she was old enough to qualify for a wheelchair.
Yeah, that is something I did notice this year. There were a lot more adults. Like the moment that they sniffed, I was giving out coupons for free sandwiches. I had a lot of action with like 30-year-old mom. No, it did. It was crazy. Like they were all coming up and, hey, I'm Terry. I just moved in. Can I have a free
Well,
sandwich?
They also knew that your wife was out of town at the wedding.
Yeah, they did. So,
I don't want their names.
Were you,
Terry.
you were trading you were,
yeah,
you were
so this is an
you
actual
were
story.
trading chicken sandwiches for tacos. Or
No,
what?
no,
Is
this
that
was
what's going-
this is an actual story, and
Actual story.
no, like a 100% real life. Trisha hasn't heard this, so
Oh,
I'm
great.
relatively safe. She's
Still
not
like undo. She doesn't watch the
yeah,
show.
she's not watching the show.
Want to use the same lawyer? I
So there was like a group, like 4 very drunk 28 to 35-year-old young moms, but only one child among them. And the child came up really cute. I'm giving them candy, giving them BOG or DOCs. And all of a sudden, the 3 of the other moms walk up and they just want the coupon, not the one in back. She goes, "Oh, I don't want that. I just want to meet him." And I knew what she thought. I'm not attractive. Like, listen, I get, right? She was looking around to see the size of the wallet. She was like, this could be a profitable Halloween trip, you
Could
know?
be her cash chicken.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I was like, I mean, you still got to consider it because I'm a man, but she wasn't good looking enough for a divorce. So yeah,
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
glad to hear. So apparently,
back to fantasy football.
apparently we all had pretty stellar Halloween weekends. All right, let's get into it. So week 9 in the books, week 10 coming up, right? We had some surprise guys in week 9. We had some typical players in week 9, and we had some absolute duds in week 9. Who's going to continue that into week 10 is what I want to know with studs, duds, and sleepers. Rocky, what do you got for me? Give me a stud, give me a dud, give me a sleeper for week 10.
Yeah, and I mean, some of this is going to be somewhat of chalk, but it is what it is. I'm going to start with my stud, and this is an easy one. The guy has performed over and over and over again. Absolutely think that he's just a no-brainer. I think you were really high on him this year going into the season. That's proven to be true, but it is James Cook. The guy just really, he's had a couple average weeks, but even his average weeks have been fantastic, averaging almost 20 points a game, number 5 running back. What I love from him is, man, there is nobody else. Like, he is getting the ball to run and he's getting passes every game. So he's my absolute stud.
So who does he play this week then?
Bills, they play the Dolphins.
Oh yeah.
And
So you're
to me,
looking.
that's an easy reason to start him.
Yeah, it's a big game.
Big
Big game loading.
Actually want to make sure. Yep, I got it here. My dud is going to be Travis Etienne, who was a guy that I was pretty high on. And he's had weeks where he's looked really, really good. I'm making sure he's not on a bye because
No, he's not.
okay.
So he's actually got Houston this week, and I had him targeted as well
Okay.
as an underachiever this week. He showed out this past weekend.
So
I mean,
so you would be more partial that he could be a stud. I'm the other way. He had a decent game.
no. I'm saying he's definitely a dud.
Okay, good. Yeah, he's had averaged 37 points. I'm sorry, not average. He's cumulative 37 points the last 4 weeks. He's had 7 point, 8 point, 6 points, and they've been in a couple games where they were a little bit higher scoring. He did rebound a little bit this past week, but I just don't get good feels. And if I could start anybody else, I would start anybody else over.
Well, it's because he plays in Jacksonville. The team is garbage. That is Trevor Lawrence. I don't understand how people still think this dude is the guy or the franchise quarterback. They are not moving the needle. They are a product of a weak division right now. That is Travis Etienne to me, with the way Brian Thomas Jr. is playing. Travis Etienne is like the lone.
Just
He's the lone good spot.
started off just out of the gate. Like we
Yeah.
thought, like
Well, they started
it's
out.
like everybody in
game.
fantasy football were like, oh, we've Etienne's finally,
Yep.
we drafted him kind of low because that's probably
Yeah, he was a value.
most of them, and everybody's like, oh, we got great value. He's gonna be a running back 2, at minimum running back 2. And then next thing you know, he like forgot to find a hole. doesn't catch out of the backfield like
Ayo.
he did. It's just a complete crap show after week 3 probably. I would say he just
Yeah, he's falling off because Jacksonville's falling off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's to ETN's fault. I think it is Liam Cohen. I think it's Trevor Lawrence. I think it's that shit squad and Duval.
Yeah.
All right, give me your sleeper.
My sleeper is a guy that we've kind of forgotten about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. He was the darling in the tight end position, and that's Sam Laporta. Last 4 games, he started turning it on, and I just love this matchup against the Commanders. The Commanders are reeling because of the injury to Jaden. Marcus Mariota is a decent quarterback, but he's a quarterback that likes to throw INTs. I think
Daniels.
Maybe so, but he does throw INTs. I think the Lions defense, when they're on, they're one of the best. I think they're going to attack and they're going to give a ton of short, goal line or red zone opportunities for Laporta. I think he's going to come down with at least a touchdown, and I think he's probably going to be somewhere around 70 to 100 yards. Like I just feel like they're going to feed him this week.
I feel like Laporta is finally back, like you're saying. But can we take a brief moment to put some respect on my name? And let's just say that I absolutely called the downfall of Jaden Daniels. I told you that people are going to say it's because he's injured. He looks like trash even when he's healthy. He is not the dude. If you watch him, he is locked on like Justin Fields to his first receiver constantly, and then he breaks down and he runs. But just like Colin Kaepernick, people figured out how to contain this guy. And guess what? Now he's dead to rights. And because of it, he ends up with an injury.
You feel like maybe if he, had some pink nail polish on, that he would suddenly find his.
Wouldn't matter. Hey, I don't care, man. I don't give a crap about my quarterback's sexuality. What he does behind closed doors is his business. What he does on that field, that's my business, and it looks good. Jay, stud does sleeper.
he's still iffy on the outcome of how the year will finish.
Who?
Caleb.
Caleb is doing things that nobody's ever done. He's the first quarterback in NFL history to pass for over 275, run for over 50, and also catch for over 20. First quarterback ever. Just
And
saying.
back to me talking.
Yeah.
So the quality of the second year would be May from New England
As what, the pinnacle?
as not dropping off from freshman to sophomore season.
What about Bo Nix? Bo Nix would be in that same category too then. He's 7-2.
Not only that, he's looked really good the last.
I don't think.
But it's in that division with the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Okay, the Chargers are a fraud.
Hmm.
The Chiefs started off very slow.
Hmm.
Are you telling me the Chargers aren't a fraud?
They're 6-3, dude. They look fantastic. And once Omarion comes back,
Well, and they look fantastic with no line.
Yeah.
With no offensive
well,
line.
they
I
just
don't-
went out and they just traded for an offensive lineman
Which
now
is
because they
good,
just
yeah.
lost.
They'll be exposed and they're a fraud.
I think you'll be.
You just have a problem with horrible. That's it, dude. That's the only reason why you're saying this.
Be able to win the AFC East against the Buffalo Bills, who were top 3 favorite to make the Super Bowl. I think that's pretty solid. I think his numbers are still good. He's got booty. I know usually Caleb likes booty.
I know you're looking.
But-
You like looking at booty.
The Patriots having that number 1 receiver, having a decent running back now he's been hurt, but I think Maine's been much better than the other two.
You know what I think? I think you still have to give me your stud dud and sleeper first off. Secondly, I also think you got to put your face closer to the microphone because you're showing up like super tiny.
You aware about that?
There we go. That just looked better.
My
Here.
stud is Nico Collins. Obviously not a horrible choice, but I know they've been slacking. We don't know exactly the quarterback situation. There was a concussion, but Nico against the Jags last time dropped 23 points. He's projected for 14. I think he could do minimum of 14. I think he'll be able to be your receiver 3, your flex. I think he'll still get probably good numbers. Jacksonville, at best, will get passing yards. So I think it could be at least junk time, or it could be a passing game. My dud, and it sucks because I have Swift on my fantasy team, but I think he's not a dud because of his talent, but because of his injury and how well their backup ran. I think they're going to try to go easy, and because it's Cincinnati, I think they could build if they build a big enough lead. Why would you run your stud running back when you have a really solid backup?
Well, they just played Cincinnati.
No, it's the same thing. So why wrote Cincinnati?
Yeah, Monongai
Because
just
that's when he got injured.
Monongai
I mean, to
just
be
went
fair.
Monongai just went ape on Cincinnati.
That's why I wrote that. My apologies.
$1.75, and he looked fantastic.
So I think why rush a Swift back when you're in a division that's still fully capable of having a shot to win it? Packers have slowed down. The Vikings with JJ now back, they're going to be trash. Come on, did you watch the highlights?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not disagreeing. Dude, we're one terrible quarter in that opening game against Minnesota away from leading this division. So
Jefferson had to make a great one-handed grab.
Yeah.
Addison had to come back for the ball. He had 2 screen passes that went far. He did make a couple good throws, but it was like 130 yards. Oh my god, JJ's trash.
we get it. You hate everything Big Blue. All right.
Sleeper, I do like Marks from Houston as a running back too. I think he's shown quite the skill. I think he
Quite the skill.
quite the skill. Why do you trash me so bad?
It's just fun. I like your
I use
Your wording.
verbiage. Okay,
your wording.
I get around to the point.
Selections.
I do think Marks as a sleeper. I think he'll be pretty solid. And at this time of year, I think most players have shown what they are. So it's going to be tougher to know exactly who the duds, except for when it's a bye week, when it's an injury. Like Swift, I mean, he was playing like a stud for 3 straight weeks. And unfortunately, because of the injury, you're 10 weeks in. For the most part, you're going to be banged up. And that's just what sucks and how it is. So hopefully your fantasy teams are deep. Mine's not. So I did lose this weekend. After when I was healthy, I won huge. I had some buys. I was banged up. Then I had a bad loss. So
Yeah, the buys have definitely been impactful. I didn't do as good of a job as normal in
yeah,
Spacing it
always
out.
watch your buys. That's okay. Too.
We're not wrong. Woody Marks is definitely going to show us who he is. He's a running back, lines up behind the quarterback. That's everybody to tell.
It's got good legs.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. All right. Well, if you don't mind, if you can humor me,
Oh, please.
my stud, the two of you are going to love this.
I bet we will.
Quinshon Junkins. You want to know why he's going to be stud this week?
Good legs.
No, because
the Jets
because
defense
the
is
Jets
done.
is sold out.
Yeah.
Jets just let everybody go. There's
Yeah.
nobody to stop the run. Quinnen is gone, which means that middle is going to be super soft, and on the back end, Sauce is gone too. So we might actually see Jerry Judy's first decent game this year as well. And
Can they actually fill the defense this week? I
honestly don't know. All I know is that Fannin is going to open up the defense. If Judy can get behind them a couple of times, Quinshon is going to have lanes for days. Quinshon is going to put up ridiculous numbers this week. Quinshon to the moon, my stud.
Can the little guy see over the line to throw the ball?
I don't think it won't matter. He can keep throwing the ball sideways against that Jets defense. Let's just say that. My dud this week, he's been a dud all year, man. And he's finally relegated in his NFL career to me convincing myself to bring him off the bench into my lineups, and that's Alvin Kamara. He has a handful of sub 10 games. He's got quite a few sub 5 games. And at this point, it's just pathetic. And with the quarterback carousel of defensive backs playing quarterback for that team, because none of them deserve to be called a quarterback. They are all just absolute straight trash. I don't see it getting any easier for Kamara because they're no threat to throw the ball down the field. Kamara facing that Carolina defense. Carolina looked pretty good. Carolina did a number on Jordan Love this past weekend in Green Bay. They went out there. They got that big win. I was super happy with that win. I don't want to overstep my bounds here, but I think that maybe, just maybe, if Bryce Young can figure it out with that running back tandem, because Rico Dowdle looks like the absolute man, Tet's looking fantastic. That team could be scary, and they could prevent a couple of teams from making the playoffs this year.
Not only that, but you know, and they can grow from there. They throw a couple decent offensive linemen in the draft the next year, maybe sign a free agent or two, and they could be immediately in the playoff
Yeah.
race. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And-
definitely dangerous next year if they, like you said, if they help just shore up some spots.
Yeah.
But in that division, who knows what the Falcons would be? It's not like we're
Falcons.
blown up because this was Falcons' year to actually have a breakout. The Saints. If I was the Saints, I would have traded Olave, try to get some more picks.
You know, the only thing that, yeah, you say there's not a quarterback in New Orleans. I'm not so sure there's not two. Spencer did nothing wrong there. He was not the issue. The issue is the team around him, the line. They don't have no running game. But when you look at his stats, he's actually outperformed some really good quarterbacks this year. I think if he was in a competent system, and
it's all dink and dunk though. If you
Yeah.
watch the games, I mean,
well, he doesn't have a choice to dink and
he's,
dunk.
no, he's got playmakers, dude. He's got Olave. He's
got
Shaquille
playmakers,
still,
but he's got 2.2 seconds to throw the ball before he's getting slammed.
but he doesn't even try to work through the progression.
I don't.
0.2 seconds, you should be on your third receiver by 2.2.
I think eventually, yeah, you get there, and I don't know. I've seen progress, but even Sunday, Shuck didn't look terrible. Like, he did not look terrible.
I think,
know,
I
I
think you were
think
watching a
Kamara-
different game.
I think Kamara and I think I definitely feel this way about Henry. I think this way about Kamara. We're seeing the beginnings of the end
Yeah.
of two really great running backs.
Yeah.
What says Kamara is not as old as I thought.
I
He'll be
think,
30 next year, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for a running back, that's pretty old.
Yeah. That's super old. Like really old. That's
Yeah,
like
but
that's
as
like a
long as
60-year-old
I thought
quarterback.
He'd be like 32.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
feels
he
like
came out. He came out the same year CMC did,
Is
but
he-
CMC is a little bit younger. So it was CMC, it was Kamara, it was Fat Lenny, who's been retired for 2 seasons now. They all came out the same season.
Fat Lenny had promised
Fat Lenny did have promise.
till he
Playoff Lenny.
The roundabout way, but did CMC's injuries effectively help him?
No.
For an extra year?
No.
Because he got to sit,
yeah,
really get banged up.
yeah. I mean, I
He
think
healed-
it's interesting.
He healed up that leg.
You know, it's an interesting.
He didn't get banged up in the brain.
But as you age, arthritis sets in. The whole, I don't think it had any. I don't think it had any bearing on his physicality. I just think he's
Well,
got the mentality that is
I
much
think you're
stronger
right
than
about
most.
that. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, you look at his longest run this year. What is it? Do you
Who's-
guys know?
Who's CMC?
CMC,
I don't know. I mean, he had an
16.
amazing game couple.
16 yards.
Yeah.
His longest run. He's less a running back,
Yeah.
but he's physical. And so what he's going to do is he's going to continue to get 5 yards every time. He's going to jackhammer it, and he's going to get a ton of pat.
Yeah.
He's a great running back in a very atypical.
He's a ridiculous
back.
route runner, is what he is.
He is,
He's
he is.
he's absolutely incredible.
He might be a running back that when he can't run anymore, like when you start seeing the wheels come off like Kamara and Henry, you might be able to put him as some kind of slot receiver.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe a cornerback because the white cornerback is back. All right. Lastly,
Love that. I love that. I love that.
last sleeper, and he's only a sleeper this week because he has not produced the last 2 weeks, and 3 weeks ago he was saved by a tutty. Rome Odunze. Rome, in that wild game against Cincinnati, everybody probably looked and expected in the box score to see Rome Odunze 12 catches for $186 and 2 tuds. Was not to be. In fact, his only catch of the day was ruled an incompletion after review that he received from Colston Loveland. So it was a trick play. He dropped the pass. I don't know what is going on with Rome and why Rome just can't find openings, especially when Chicago had 47 points this past week. But look for him to rebound against that Giants secondary. I don't think the Giants are going to be able to contain Chicago. I think Chicago's offense is going to come firing all cylinders again this week, and look for Rome Odunze to break out once again and get you back into your win columns. All right, boys. That was studs, duds, and sleepers. All right. I think we gave some good insight for week 10 here coming up. Next, we're going to go to under overachiever. Who wants to start? Let's start down the end and we'll come back this way. Unless you want me to start. Now we'll start with Jay.
I could start.
All right. First. No, not what I call the
You said
player.
the end, so I thought I was the end.
You are the end, but I got to call the player and ask you if he's going to be overachiever or underachiever.
My bad.
And I'm glad
I had some backups.
I do too, because Phil's very
Yeah, I did.
Phil's very cryptic in his text, so I
Yeah.
can never understand what the hell he means.
I just figured I'd write some down just in case we.
And then you ask him, he's like, "We've been doing it forever," and you can never get a straight answer. Then he gets all mad, and then before you know it, the caramel elf has it out for you.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
doesn't show up for my last show for a while. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I think it was intentional.
really hurt.
Like, I think you should take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it to heart.
That's ridiculous. You should
Yeah.
take that to heart.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully, we don't drop in viewers since I'm leaving.
No Taco Bell for him.
We are starting with one of Jay's favorite players, JJ McCarthy, projected for 22 points versus that horrible Raven defense. What say you, Big Blue hater?
It's not
Which
a
one?
Big Blue thing.
It's 1,000% a Big Blue thing.
On his first run, I think that's his bread and butter because he can run because that's all the Michigan did was run. So
He's
he
good
had
on the first 20 plays because the first 20
had it-
plays are
He
scripted.
had his head up, but he ran and got the touchdown. The second one where he tried to run for the touchdown, he didn't even look for a guy. Mentally, he just ran. And I think that's the problem. He doesn't have the mental capacity. And that was his first main game back. And that hurts him. He has no playing time also.
So under or over 22 points versus the Ravens.
It's-
All right.
It could you could have said anything. You never know if he's even gonna get injured.
7 points. Still under?
Who they got?
Ravens.
I think the Baltimore will definitely be better offensively.
The Baltimore?
Yeah.
The Baltimore.
It's like anytime he goes
Quote
against
the
somebody,
Baltimore, nevermore.
Yeah.
I
All
think-
right.
I
So it's 22
I
points.
think he can be 13-ish. So he's
All
under
right.
20.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Rocky?
Yeah, this is a terrible call. You said the terrible Ravens defense. This is definitely under. The Ravens have turned it around. They made a trade in I think 3 weeks ago,
They got rid of Jair Alexander.
and I'm blanking on the guy they got. But since that guy has come into, they've held teams to 10 points, 3 points, 16 points, 6 points.
Name those teams.
Texans, decent. Rams, phenomenal offense. Bears, and Dolphins. Yeah, Dolphins suck. The other three are pretty competent. And they are turning it around. I think JJ's got a lot to learn. And I think in particular, what Baltimore does really well is disguise their coverage. And so I think JJ's going to be tricked into an INT and an impromptu or in whatever inconvenience time.
So you say under too.
Under.
All right. So I don't disagree with him being tricked in schemes. However, nobody matches up with Jettas and Addison in this defensive secondary. He is still going to go ham. He's going to have a bunch of yards. He's going to have at least a tutty, maybe two. Hawkinson looks a lot better. I don't think 22 is so out of reach for him. I think he goes over 22.
I mean, he had 130 yards, so that's 5 points off yards.
Every tut is 4. And then every 1 point for every 10 yards running too. And he's a threat to run.
You get 30.
All right. That's another 3 points. It's 3 points, 2 tuds, right? That's 11 right there. And he's throwing for $110 or whatever he
He's had
needs.
At least one pick.
That's fine. All right. Next up, guy near and dear to my heart. And can he keep it going versus that Giants defense? Kyle Monangai is projected for 12 fantasy points. What do you think, Jay?
Who?
Monangai. The running back that you just said
I know.
is
He's a
maybe
bear.
the downfall of Swift.
Got to try to remember who they have on their team.
It was, I think somebody said that they felt really good about him
I
coming
did.
out of college, and that was,
So, and I said I liked him too.
Yeah.
This game.
and you said, yeah, he's buried on the depth chart.
I wish
That's
I did
exactly
write
what
better
he said.
because I wrote
He was buried.
injured versus Cincinnati.
You have to remember he's also getting a shot too because
I
the
do remember.
Roshan Johnson
You
injury
need to
is
write
pretty
better for
significant.
notes. I think he'll go over.
12 points. Yeah, really?
I think he does have a shot. I do think Chicago's found something in offense. I think that they are, if they continue to play the way they have been playing, I think that they're a threat to score 30 a week. And that's going to go around. And what I liked last week is they mixed in, Rome didn't get featured as much, but they found a way to get Colston a touch. Like they're starting to feature some of their young guys. And yeah, I think he could be over 12 pretty easily.
All right. So I think this is very touchdown dependent. I don't think
Yes.
he runs for $120. And I think under the assumption that DeAndre Swift is back this week, Mononga is not going to be in obvious passing down situations. So I honestly think that 12 is probably a little difficult because I think it would basically all have to be yardage points on the ground. I don't think he's running for $120. Unfortunately, I'm going under. I hope I'm wrong. All right. Next up is newly acquired Jacoby Myers with the Jacksonville Jaguars facing the Houston Texans. He is targeted or projected for a whopping 6 fantasy points. What do you think, Jay? Newly acquired Jacoby Myers.
I mean, I know it's gonna be Houston has the top 2
Pass defense.
pass defense. I don't know how. I mean, especially their defense is on the field quite a bit. Their offense has been struggling pretty bad.
Yeah, CJ Stroud sucks, and I think I've also called that for years.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately I can't disagree this year. But they may hit him with small college type of plays, the slants, a quick hook or in and out. I don't see them doing the deep routes. So I could see him getting the catches, but I don't see him getting a lot of yards. So I'd say under just because they're going to be safe. They can't run the ball. There's going to be a lot of blitzes. I say under.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is a little bit like I get where you're coming from, but I think that when a team trades a talented player like this, they're going to want to kick the tires and see what they have. Jacoby is a pretty good route runner, and I do think that he'll get 3 to 4 catches. And if he does, I don't see how he doesn't go over 6 points. Like I think he's probably closer to 9 to 10 in his first week. Travis Hunter's gone; he's out. Brian Thomas can't catch. I think he's going to,
So this is wild to me, right? Because 6 points doesn't seem like a whole lot. That offense is trash. He's got an obvious downgraded quarterback from Geno Smith to Trevor Lawrence,
that's crazy.
and he's behind Brian Thomas. I'm not so sure that are they definitely without Travis Hunter.
Yeah, he's placed on the IR.
He is placed on the IR. They might be getting Brenton Strange back. I don't know. I don't trust T-Law to be able to find him in the. They're gonna have. He's gonna be scripted, like you said, to kick the tires in the first 20 plays, probably for 2 targets. Outside of that, he's not getting anything. I don't think he's doing anything with those first 2 targets. He's going under 6 points for me.
I mean, this is a guy that last year had 87 receptions. Year before that, 71. He had another year at 83. Even this year, in a terrible team where Geno can't hit the side of a barn, he's at 33.
Yeah, but he's never experienced Trevor Lawrence, and
I think Trevor Lawrence is he's a competent NFL.
terrible
I think he'll
NFL
warm up.
quarterback.
He's better than
Who,
Geno.
Trevor Lawrence in what, year 15?
No, he's better than Geno.
No, the
He's not better than
Myers.
Geno.
I think Myers will warm up this season. Hunter never really did anything anyways. He had 1 touchdown catch on the year. Last game, it was his first time playing offense and defense starting.
And he
I
got
think
hurt.
he comes back. I think that they're going to lean towards the defense just because he hasn't done. And now they have Myers. I think they just need to pick a side. And I think it'd definitely be defensive side would be better for him. Because if he has that mentality of that, because I've been trying, my son plays flag football, and I try to get him to have the mentality just because you're on defense, that's your ball too. And I think he has that mentality of the ball's in the air, that's my ball.
Shameless plug. I like it. Go,
Yeah.
Dad. All right, last guy. Tucker Kraft is injured, probably out for the season. Right? Look pretty significant.
Finally.
Backup Luke Musgrave. He is projected for 8 points versus that completely revamped Philly defense. Does Luke Musgrave go over 8 points?
He had a name before. So he had the talent for a while. 8 points though. Philly's defense has always been pretty decent this year. It's just their offense, but they do enough on offense to move the ball. So I'll say under. Or
You're going to say
I'll
over.
go. I'll switch it to over.
Yeah, I would say uh, as you mentioned, Kraft and Musgrave came out the same year, I believe. I think they were both
Yeah.
drafted. At first, they were unsure which was going to break out.
Musgrave was actually
Yeah, he was the guy.
PE1.
And then he got hurt, and it was a pretty serious injury. He was
Yeah.
out the rest of the year, and Tucker really kind of showed a Travis Kelsey kind of ability to get open. I think they have a whole route tree designed specifically for tight ends. I do think it's touchdown dependent, but I do think it's very possible he gets a touchdown, and if so, it's easy to hit that. So I would say over.
You know who I hate? I hate the Eagles. You know who I hate more? The Packers. The Packers are trash. Jordan Love is trash.
So you hate both
Musgrave is total trash. He is going way under 8 points. I don't even know if Musgrave scores, to be quite honest with you. Philly's defense is going to shut them down. Quite honestly, in this game, I'm rooting for a tidal wave. That's what I'm rooting for. I'd like to see both teams.
Well, Golden's only projected for 8 against or 7 against Philly too.
Yeah, well, Golden also stinks because he's a Packer. All right, boys. That was over under. Thank you. Thank you very
Back.
what?
It's finally.
That's not how this works.
I know it doesn't, but I'm interjecting.
I mean,
Phil's
listen,
not here. So
listen.
talk
His
to
eyes are open. Let him go.
All right, fine.
Off the rails. Marvin Harrison Jr. Amazing game. Jacoby actually is a quarterback.
Brisket.
He's supposed to play.
He has looked really. He did look really
Brisket's
good.
already named the starter for Week 10.
So he's projected for only 12 against Seattle. Last game, he blew up against Seattle. And back then, he had Murray, and he didn't really have blowout games. So 12 points, brand new. He had, momentum going. Do you think he could have 12 points again?
So you're going way over. I'm with you. I have Marvin Harrison everywhere. I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks for going off the cuff, Jay. Thanks for derailing the show,
That's what I did.
creating your own rules, and essentially screwing Phil's timed dynamic here.
It's anarchy right now.
All right. So the last segment is going to be fun. Let's recap our teams and what they did last week. Let's give it your Browns. Did your Browns play?
No. And that in itself is a win.
All right.
We probably lost in the practice squad,
Yeah.
though.
He's got a couple of games. Did either one of you prepare for the Giants 49ers or Seahawks Commanders?
So I kind of watched the Giants 49er
All right.
enough to kind of talk through it. Yeah, but I mean, to me, and I don't know, we're taking it from a fantasy slant, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, it is a fantasy show, so I would say yes, probably.
well, but we kind of go back and forth a lot, to be fair. I'm going to say I think that if you're starting any Giant, it's got to be Jackson Dart. He has looked good even in rough games. I don't know who he's throwing to. Honestly, I think Jackson, they might have found something there at quarterback.
I don't disagree.
I also think that Tracy is going to be a guy who's going to be used a lot and targeted a lot. So I'm okay with either of those two. My problem with the receivers and the tight end is pick. Like who's it going to be this week?
Yeah.
So like I would say other than those two, I'm avoiding.
Looks like
everybody.
Theo, quite honestly. I think Theo has done pretty well. He's had double-digit scoring weeks the past couple of weeks.
And it's just like there's nobody else.
I mean, what do you
Yeah.
think about it? You think Saquon Jr., Mr. Devin Singletary gets a couple more carries too? You think he's significant?
I mean, I know when the Carmel Elf tried to sell us on that guy.
That's sticking, big guy. Carmel
Yeah,
Elf.
It is. And I just don't think I don't think he's going to get much. He doesn't seem to be a qualified running back. So
Jay, did you watch the Seahawks Commanders at all?
No, I don't watch a lot of games live.
All right. So break down a game then.
So I
Break down a game, any game. You're the wild card this show anyway.
And I watch
Whatever you want to do, Jay.
I usually
Whatever you want to do.
7 or so on the NFL YouTube. They're condensed like 15 minutes. I did not watch the Seattle one.
All right. Well, who did you watch?
you didn't watch
watched-
anybody
I
because the
watched
Browns
Dallas.
were off.
You watched Dallas. All right.
If I had memory, I could name off the other ones.
So all right. So you watched Dallas Cardinals. Break it down. You already broke down Marvin Harrison a little bit for us.
Dallas could not stop protecting Dak. They let Dak he was running in the backfield for his life almost the entire game.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I
He
felt bad
still-
for
but
Dak.
Still got the ball off. their receivers are just studs. My God, they're
Yes.
George Pickens and CD. I mean, unreal. Jake Ferguson, another decent game.
George Pickens makes terrible decisions. Can we go out? Can we
He
say that?
fumbled twice. He got lucky to recover one of them.
Why? Because he's so busy trying to dance on the sidelines and extend plays when he should be just getting out of bounds and taking the yards. That dude,
He's a head case for sure.
that dude thinks he's CM Punk. He really does think that he is a WWE wrestler. It is
the
ridiculous.
fact CD Lamb got off that ground when he got just crunched between two players.
Yeah.
That's just hard. That guy just he's just a want to win type of guy.
You gotta love the meme too. CD giving props to MHJ for taking Dallas's defender out of his cleats. That was
Yeah, did
pretty
you see
ridiculous.
that? Yeah, he did. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what game I did watch is I watched every breathtaking moment of that Bears Bengals game. I will
I
say
didn't watch that highlight.
I will say the last 2 minutes had me questioning why I'm a Bears fan until Caleb showed what Caleb's made of, and he found Colston down the seam, and Colston proved why we took Colston where we did.
Easiest
because
throw of the game.
Not only is he a better blocking tight end than Tyler Warren, he is very, very physical. He can catch just like Tyler Warren. It's just going to take some time for him to develop in that offense. But from a fantasy standpoint, pick your poison, man. Caleb put up 40-some points. Again, only quarterback in NFL history to pass for over 275, run for over 50, catch for over 20, and have 4 tuds. Kyle Monangai looked amazing, 175 yards on the ground, very capable pass catching back. DJ Moore looked great, all facets of the game, running, receiving, and again throwing, because he did throw that touchdown pass to Caleb. Rome, obviously underproduced. I'm still going to go back to the game that he started to decline was when he took his friggin' hair out of his braids and he started rocking the fro. Go back to the braids, Rome. Go back to the braids, please. I'm a very superstitious fan. You did much better with the braids. Tighten it up. That way you can tighten up the game and not have to worry about it. So you underproduce. And then Colston Loveland, what a breakout, man. Had a handful of catches, went over 100-some yards and 2 tuds. Looked fantastic. Defense, get your shit together. But that offense looked incredible.
Yeah.
Do you have a question?
Yes. Well, it's more of a statement. Loveland, who's from a place I don't like, he was an amazing tight end there. And I think fantasy wise, I think he's should be top 3, top 5 minimum type of tight end for most of the rest of his career.
No, this was
He's
the
got-
year of the tight
yeah,
end. You
He's
think
got
about
so
it.
much skill.
You got Tyler Warren, who's absolutely broken out. You got Loveland that looks really, really good. You got Fannin that once Njoku's gone, and I think it's going to be this year coming up. I think he's like a top 5. Like, I think this is a reset, and we might be talking about these 3 tight ends going forward. Now, I will say Loveland being the biggest is intriguing, but I think Warren runs the best route right now.
Yeah, I do too. I'm not going to disagree. But I mean, we're also looking at a very tight end plentiful NFL right now too, probably more so than we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. We're phasing out the old guys, the old guard, Kelsey, Andrews. We're phasing those guys out. And you're left with guys like Ferguson, McBride, Kraft until the injury. Bowers. Let's not forget about Brock Bowers, who put up 41 on the scoreboard.
Yep.
Dalton Kincaid. Good game, sir. Welcome back to the fold.
I started multiple tight ends instead of wide receivers 2 times this year.
Yep. I'm all over double tight end set.
Houston's tight end twice this year.
It was better than 1 tight end, Jay. 2 tight ends. That's why you gotta go get mom. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Again, minus the Caramel Elf. This is going into week 10. Don't forget to look us up TikTok Live this coming Sunday. Usually get on there somewhere between 11 and 11:30. Any combination of us can be on there. Last week I flew solo, but I tried to bring you some predictions. Some hit. More than losses, but I fed you a couple of bad ones. But anyway, make sure you look us up. Again, you can find us on YouTube. We are Guys on Network. 2 shows there, Guys on Sports and also Dad Couch. You can find us on all social platforms. So X, Facebook, IG, TikTok. TikTok's a big one, man. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We love bringing you guys content. See ya.